This year's civil service mains result has announced on first week of December, and the personality test will commence from January mid. The personality test or interview is the last stage in the civil service examination. Actually speaking, this 275 mark process is comparatively easy than your prelims or mains. But people do have a lot of apprehensions regarding this because UPSC has given a vague kind of a explanation regarding what exactly they are looking for. The candidates who are going for interview do not know how much they have scored in their mains. So everybody will be anxious to score maximum in the interview. But let me be frank with you that it's not exactly your interview marks which ultimately determine your success. It's simple maths. Your mains examination, you have 7 papers of 250 marks each. That 1750 marks plus the 275 marks of the personality test will constitute the final ranking. So, ideally, you should look this personality test as the 8th paper in your mains exam, because the 7 written papers are already over and this is going to be the 8th paper. The only thing which causes anxiety is we are not sure about whether the person who are qualified for the last stage just made the cutoff or whether the person has good enough mark. So, the idea is to score maximum, but at the same time, one shouldn't get too much worried about the mark of this one thing. Because even if you score very high in your personality test, that does not assure you a good rank. For example, 3 people from Kerala in the last, say, 6-7 years, 3 people from Kerala were interview toppers. But none of them got into the IAS or IFS for that matter. They all ended up with the ranks below 100. So, what does it mean? That means that the interview marks, even if you get a 200 plus, does not ensure you a great rank. At the same time, if we check last maybe 10 years of toppers list, we could see that the first rankers are not the people who got maximum marks in interview. It's their mains mark, those 7 papers, which makes them the toppers there. And people who have scored less than 150 in the personality test have ended up in the top 50 because of this good marks in their mains written exam. So, that's the permutation and combination you need to remember. But interview marks ultimately will ensure your overall ranking. It per se does not determine whether you make it to the list or not. So, the idea is to score well, of course. And since we are not sure about the mains marks, in this last stage also, let's try to perform the best you can. And one more thing I would like to add here is your personality test is based on your performance on that day. It's not an overall personality assessment. They are checking your suitability, but based on your performance in those 25 to 30 minutes, they will be giving you a mark. It's not an average of your performance. It's just like, how well you respond to the questions during that time. So, see it like a cricket match. A person, however great a batsman he is, maybe some day is not just his or her day and they may not score very high. So a low score on that particular day may be solely because of your state of mind and performance on that particular day itself. Next time if you go, things will be different and you will be able to perform better. Or once you performed rather well and next time the performance may not be that good. It solely depends on the kind of questions and your state of mind. So a person getting different marks in personality test is just like that. A person is scoring a century in day one and being out for a couple of runs on the other day. So you have to see it like that. But of course, yes, this is the last stage and if you do well in your personality test, that will boost up your confidence and it's a chance of a lifetime to interact with some famous and great people in the interview board. So without worrying too much about making it up for your poor performance in the mains, you should view this as an opportunity for you to interact with some seniors and you should enjoy the process in order to get great marks. So that's all about the marking of the interview. Let me give you some more tidbits and tips regarding interview in the next episode. Thank you for watching.